Hey everyone. Yeah, it's about 5:52. I got dropped off by the bus about 10 minutes ago. But I wanted to come on here and do a bit of a follow-up video on, the one I did about Velma coming out as lesbian in the new direct-to-video movie Treat Scooby-Doo. And apparently, not even in the span of, I guess you could say, 72 hours or so since that movie's release and basically the revelation it made, it seems that the memo basically wasn't, how should I put it, sent in a timely manner to those working on the Velma series. Because in the Velma series, apparently Velma is going to have a thing for Fred. And, this is quite the news to those that were happy about the fact that Velma had come out, if you will. And she is basically officially canonized, as far as the direct-to-video movies go, as a lesbian. They were happy about that. Heck, even Google was happy about it by even putting little flags and confetti and stuff up to celebrate the announcement, celebrate the occasion, if you will. It's like they were giving her the whole shebang, basically. That being Google, with this news dropping from a yearly, from a yearly or quarterly, or whatever you want to call it, or bi-year, a release of a direct to Scooby-Doo animated film. Even they were excited about it. But like I said, you give it 72 hours later, you give it 72 hours basically, and it seems, like I said, the memo was not set in a timely manner. Like basically the communication broke down between the people behind the animated film and the HBOMax series. Yeah, basically I guess communication broke down, or communication wasn't, a strong suit for them to have, because had the memo, I guess, been sent in a timely manner, we wouldn't have Velma crushing on Fred in the new Velma Scooby-Doo series. We wouldn't be having that. We'd have Velma as a LGBTQ lesbian. But that's not the case. And a lot of people are upset. They're giving it backlash. Not just because the trailer basically poked fun at them for always complaining about, doing this and that and da-da-da-da, when it comes to established franchises and characters. No. It's not just that. It's the fact that when the synopsis came out, and Mindy Kaling, and what's her name? Mindy Kaling, the girl that voices Velma, basically in character went on Twitter and said something about having a secret crush on Fred. It's like, people are like, did she not get the memo? Or is she just now coming out and saying this to really get under our skins, get under our throats? Hold on for a second. Like I said, to the backlash they're giving the Velma trailer in the series isn't just, because the trailer mocking fans complaining about change and everything, not leaving things as they are, but also the fact of the voice actress that, does Velma's voice coming out basically in character on social media and saying that she has a crush on Fred. And this has upset a lot of fans, like I said, because it's like, wait a minute, did you not understand what just happened? Did you not understand that, Velma's now canonized as lesbian? It didn't sit well with them. It didn't sit well whatsoever. Now, some could say that the VA for Velma in the Velma series is trolling them, that she knows about it and she just wants to get a reaction out of them, and that might be true. But whatever the case is, or whatever the reasoning is, obviously communication was not a strong suit, like I said, on both parties' behalfs when it came to this revelation of Velma's. Where she is now a lesbian, in canon as far as the direct-to-video animated features are concerned. Hold on for a sec. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had to get in my house here. But anyway, like I said, fans are, like I said, not too thrilled with the VA of Velma, I guess the creator as well of the series, coming out and saying that within, 72 hours of, that revelation of Velma being, a lesbian officially, thanks to that direct-to-video movie. Because like I said, communication may have not been a strong suit on either end. And you can kind of see that. You can kind of see that, if you will. But, with that being said, as I mentioned, maybe we don't know if maybe she did know about it and she's just saying this in character on social media, because she does voice Velma, like I said, to get a rise out of everyone, as well as to get back at them for coming down on her show even before it had a chance to, be visually seen in it and appreciated maybe for what it's going to be or what it's going to bring to the table. We don't know. But yeah, apparently HBOMax's new series, adult-oriented Velma series, obviously didn't communicate back and forth with, the creators of the direct-to-video movies, as well as the family-friendly series, animated series, when they were working on these new stories. They obviously didn't, tell them, hey, guys, working on Velma, on the Velma series, we got a little bit of news for you. In one of our next upcoming features, Velma's going to come out as lesbian. And, and that's going to be canon. So you might want to incorporate that in your show. But they didn't, do that. And neither did the people of the Velma series contact them and say, hey, is there anything new about the characters that we may have to know? And nothing came about. Nothing came out like, oh yeah, this is going on, that's going on. Oh, Velma's now a lesbian. Nothing of that was revealed. Nothing whatsoever. Now, we also know that the characters of the Velma series, only two are going to be closely identical to who they were before. That being Fred and Daphne, although Daphne's going to have a bit of a new look, hairstyle wise, and Fred's kind of going to be basically what he was before. But yet, Velma and Shaggy are going to be not just given a new makeover design wise, but they're going to be given a new makeover race wise, because in this version of the characters, both of them are African American. Now, nothing wrong with that. Now, hear me out. I have nothing against that. You want to change things up a little bit, freshen things up for a new audience, especially a new audience that, has different mindsets in the current generation, then so be it. That's not an issue with me. I have no issue with that whatsoever, period. No issue with that whatsoever, period. So, I say if you want to do that, go for it. Go for that. Go for it, in my opinion. Like I said, I have nothing, I have nothing against that. I have nothing against that. Hold on for a sec here. I adjust something. But like I said, I have nothing, I have nothing against that whatsoever. You want to do that, go ahead. All power to you. It'll probably work some wonders for the characters. You never know. It'll probably work wonders for the characters and let us see them in a different light, if you know what I mean. But again, I have nothing against that. I have nothing against that change happening, you want to do it, go ahead and do it. I'm good with that. I'm actually cool with that, if you know what I'm saying. I have nothing against it. Just putting some stuff away here, but yeah, I have nothing against that. That's not an issue there. That's not the issue there, if you will. It's the issue of the fact that, in this incarnation, Velma is either bisexual, which might show later on in the series, or she's just straight up straight and she has a thing for Fred. And when people talk about the fact that she has a thing for Fred now, one thing does come to my mind. And that is the fact, and it was even described in a comic story one time. It was even described in a comic book story one time. This is potentially, an alternate universe. Yeah. This is potentially, an alternate universe where the characters exist. That's what it is. It's an alternate reality, where the characters, trying to put my ice pack here away, but where the characters, exist. This is just another, alternate reality, where they exist. And that's it. That's basically what it is. It's just another, alternate reality where they exist. So these are just new. This is just another new addition to the Scooby multiverse, if you will. That's right, the Scooby multiverse. Because a lot of people will look at the 2002, 2004 live action films and say that's a different universe. That's a part of the multiverse, if you will. And they'd be right. It's part of the multiverse because you don't see those interpretations of Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, Daphne, Fred, and Velma, and Scrappy, and all of them, in other interpretations. You don't see that. You don't see that whatsoever. Sorry about that. Getting some 7-Up. Had some in my lunchbox today in the freezer at work, and it cooled it up. Cooled it down enough to enjoy when I got home. But getting back on point, people look at the live action film as being in another universe, being another, timeline, alternate universe, if you will, alternate dimension. People will look at things like, the all-new Scooby-Doo, Scrappy-Doo show, Scooby-Doo Mysteries 13 Ghosts, as another alternate universe, alternate dimension. They will look at, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, all the way up to the Scooby-Doo show, if you will, in the first incarnation of the Scooby-Doo, Scrappy-Doo show, where you still had pretty much the status quo, but you had Scrappy added in, as being one alternate universe. Maybe even the Primeverse. We don't know. The point is, when I look at the backlash that the Velma series is getting, not just for having the gall to pretty much within the span of 72 hours say, oh yeah, Velma's not lesbian, she's, straight, or she's bisexual, and oh, she has a huge crush on Fred in her series, within that time frame, I should say, of basically, Velma coming out pretty much as what people were hoping for. And then along with it, you show what the character is going to look like, who's going to voice them. And that pretty much to me sets the stage for Velma being an alternate universe, being an alternate, dimension, being a new addition to the Scooby-Doo multiverse. And I think that's how we all have to see it. Yeah, we may not be happy with the decisions kind of counteracting against, what we thought originally was canon, prior to, getting more information about one other incarnation of our beloved characters and everything. We may not be happy about that, But when we really think about it, we have to think about it as being another edition of the multi-universe or the multiverse of the Scooby-verse period. That's what it is. It's just another addition to the facet, or to the facet, to the facet, whatever you want to call it, Scooby-verse, multiverse. That's how we got to look at it. We can't look at it as being within the same continuity or anything like that. We got to look at it as being part of the multiverse. And this is just another interpretation. Again, there is an issue that has a story where there's, several panels that show the characters running alongside, or kind of, I guess, changing in between different multi-versions of themselves. I don't know what issue that is, but I would tell you right now, check it out. But again, to get to the point, we shouldn't really be too angry about this, because we just have to look at it as being a new addition to the Scooby multiverse, and that's it. But if you really want to look at it maybe with a silver lining, since it's told in this version, this Velma series, that Velma has a thing for Fred, who's to say that doesn't open the door for maybe, I don't know, Daphne having a thing for Orville, Shaggy. This shows interpretation of Shaggy in the series. Who's to say it doesn't open the door for Orville to hook up with, Shaggy, or not Shaggy, but with Daphne. Yeah, Orville was himself. Good grief. But like I said, who's to say it doesn't open the door for Shaggy, the Velma version of Shaggy, to hook up with Daphne and vice versa, if they're going with the Velma-Fred dynamic here. I mean, it is a change of pace, and it's actually something fans have been hoping for, especially if you support Daphne and Shaggy as an item, but we'll see. The main thing, as I've been saying throughout all this, walking home from being dropped off by the bus, coming into the house, putting the stuff away and everything, the point I'm trying to get at is we have to look at this as part of the multiverse. That's it. This isn't the Prime universe. This is another extension of the multiverse of how things could be differently viewed. And that's it. That is it. So, my closing thoughts on it, I think, the creator, the VA actress for Velma, shouldn't have gone out and tweeted, in character on social media, which she did, because she should have known that fans would not be thrilled. And again, I don't know if she did that just to troll them, get back at them for backlashing on her show, her interpretation of the characters, even before, the world's got a chance to see it. I don't know if she did that or not. Also, we have to look at it this way. Maybe there were intentions to let the creators of the Velma series know what was up, but communication had broken down. It didn't break down, but communication wasn't given fast enough to let that acknowledgement be registered when the time was right, or when the time was needed. So in the end, I look at it this way. If you want to consider the direct-to-video Scooby-Doo animated films as canon, as part of the Primeverse, if you will, an extension of the Prime Scooby-Doo universe, if you want to accept them as that, then, then being part of the Primeverse, then Lesbian Velma is indeed canon. She is indeed canon if you want to accept those movies, which many do, as an extension of the Prime Scooby-Doo universe. Now, with that said, if you are willing to kind of look at it from that facet and everything, you could also hopefully accept, at least give a chance to see where they go with this whole Velma crushing on Fred deal in her series compared to the other. But, like I said, in closing, if you want to view the animated direct-to-video films as part of the Primeverse, no matter how good or bad they might be, or in between, then yes, canon-wise, you know, lesbian Velma is a reality. But if you are someone that's like, I enjoy all different facets of the Scooby-Doo franchise, all different interpretations, then basically, you know, the Velma series and the Scooby-Doo movies with both versions of the character are something you can enjoy no matter what. No matter what. But anyway, though, guys, I just wanted to talk about that. I do apologize if I fumbled on my words. I am tired. I got off work, just walked, like I said, from the bus stop to here, put stuff away and stuff and everything. But let me know what your thoughts are. How do you feel about, you know, the creator and the VA actress for the Velma series coming out in character and basically within the span of 72 hours, pretty much trying to, you know, ruin what everybody was hoping would be officially canonized in the Prime verse, which, again, you go that route, you stick with that route only, then you're fine. You know, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about Velma crushing on Fred in the Velma series? How do you feel about it being in an alternate universe, which obviously it is? And also the fact that in this alternate universe, maybe it opens the door for the overall Shaggy, if you will, to get with Daphne and vice versa. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comment section. Live chat during the premiere. Like the video. And until next time, guys, I will talk to you all later. Super chat, super stickers are open during the live chat. Super thanks after the premiere as well. But until next time, guys, I am out. I'm going to go and rest.